Heard the charge and is involved in the organisation of a protest against it tomorrow. James Tierney, good afternoon. Why are you so against the charge?
Well, I am part of a campaign against the household and water taxes and septic tank charges. I became involved in this campaign because I'm against this tax because it is part of a disastrous policy of austerity that will further depress economic activity, and the €100 tax will quickly become 12 to 1,300 euro per household, as of an ESA report, commission on taxation, which John Fitzgerald was involved in. We've had universal social charge. We've had VAT increases. The VAT increase of 2%. Primary school bus charge, raising costs, heat and oil, diesel, petrol costs, cuts in the blind pensions, carers allowance, etc., septic tanks charge. And our disposable income is at an all-time low. People don't have the money to give. Now, in this case, the austerity that has been planned for us is just going to dry up and hoover up all money in the economy. Our local shops, hardwares, your own radio station, for example, even in relation to advertisement, there's less people to advertise because there's less business going on. It's just not going to work. And as I say, history has proven that it doesn't work. The IMF want the money, for example, right? But they're saying that the government have choices. And we would say that choice, instead of taxing the hard-pressed people, hard-working and decent people of this country, they must look at the 300 on the Irish rich list, who have a worth of 62 billion. And these people may not necessarily be opposed to paying tax, more tax. Like, it is time to look at the tax system. It's time to look at change. This system must change.
But James, on the other hand, the government is saying this is a change in taxation, and the money raised from this household charge is going to fund local authorities and essential services at local level.
Well, I would see that as a pig in a poke. It's not going to happen. It's going into a centred fund. Now, that centred fund, our local government has experienced serious cutbacks as we speak. That money has been used to pay bondholders. Now, if that money has been used to do that, they have to come up with new money and serious money. The problems must be solved, and it won't be solved by taking it off people who don't have it. Now, you take this year, if people don't have €100 to give, what happens next year? What happens when you're into the €1,000 or into €1,300 as of that ESA report? There will be more. If there's 1 million this year who will not register and who will not pay, you're looking at the 1.5 next year who will be in that position. Government have to be serious, and they have to be prepared to look at the whole system of taxation, and even go further. When you have a law like this introduced, this was just put as legislation through the door. It wasn't debated properly. And the reason it's not debated properly is that everybody in the government parties are subject to government whip. And therefore, if they stand outside of that, or if they vote against it, they're thrown out of the parties.
James, you're organising this protest in Dublin tomorrow. You're involved in the protest at the Fine Gael Ardèche. What kind of support have you got? What kind of reaction are you getting from people?
There's sort of people want and support the campaign. But they would say to you, look, I don't need to go to a meeting. I don't need to, or don't feel the need, to go to a protest demonstration, because basically people are voting with their feet. They're not going to register, they're not going to pay it, and they'll say that would be enough in my case. We're anticipating that there will be a big turnout at that, but bearing in mind that people, as I say, people just generally, the broad populace would feel that, by them taking their own stance of not registering, not paying, that's enough as far as they're concerned to do at the present. The demonstration itself will be very well organised. The National Steering Committee have been speaking with the Gardaí in relation to the protest. It will be a protest of where, old and young and all the family would be welcome there, and the protest will be disciplined and orderly, and hopefully it'll be a good day, and that we can further reinforce this message to the government that this tax revolt is happening. And the sloppy governance, as I spoke earlier, of the dirty days of thinking that the Irish people will grumble, but yet no, they will pay. That they're not going to pay this time. This is not the case. They will not pay.
James Tierney, one of the many people against the household charge. And